Right, I want to welcome everybody and thank you first and foremost for taking a moment of your time to listen to this very important message to every single member of Top Networkers Group. This is Al King, CEO and founder of Top Networkers Group. I'm here to speak to you guys today about a very important topic that each and every single one of you are going to be facing as you are growing your network as a member of Top Networkers Group. And we're going to go over here to the spreadsheet here so we can really get into this topic. Because this is what we're really here to talk about here today. This is the important message. It's about dealing with doubters. Dealing with doubters. See, when I started Top Networkers Group, I had a lot of doubters. There were a lot of people who doubted that we could even do this, that we could even grow a team based on multiple programs, without focusing on one thing. Because there's a lot of that in the industry right now today. The debate over multiple streams of income versus focusing on one company at a time. Right? So multiple streams of income versus one stream at a time, focusing on one company. And what we tried to help everyone here on the team understand is that's what the one MLM system is here to solve, because this is a problem, you guys. This is a real debate that's going on, okay? And the solution is our system. See, when you understand what is going on in network marketing, when you really understand it, because I don't think everybody does. I think a lot of people think they do, they say they do, but they don't really understand it. What we've decided to do is solve the problem. See, this makes sense. This argument of should you focus on one stream at a time, that makes sense. I understand that argument, that it's easier to chase one rabbit than it is to chase two rabbits. I've heard these examples. They make sense. But here's the difference. I've read the book on multiple streams of income by Robert G. Allen, and I'm telling you guys, most of the people who are having this debate haven't read the book. We provide the book to all members of Top Networkers Group, not the actual text, but the audio. And if you haven't listened to it yet, you've done yourself a disservice, because you are involved in the debate now. The moment you sign up for Top Networkers Group, you are now part of this debate. And you got to prepare yourself for battle. You have to arm yourself with education, with knowledge. You have to understand multiple streams of income. What multiple streams of income states is that, yes, you should have one stream of income that you can depend on, that you are going to use to help fund your second stream of income. And then with multiple streams of income, the book says is that you need to now focus on stream number 2 until stream number 2 is making you enough money to fund stream number 3. And I'm sorry, you guys, I am live. We are here. See if we cannot answer that call there. Now, the book says this, right? It says that you want to focus on growing stream number 2 to help fund stream number 3. So now the funding to get stream number 3 going is coming from stream number 2. Now, what's happening is you're starting stream number 3, but you're still getting money from streams 1 and 2. Those are still coming in as you start number 3. Then what happens is now you're making money from stream number 3. Now you start working on stream number 4 using the money from stream number 1, 2, and 3. Does that make sense? So this is the debate. This is the debate. And what network marketers make the mistake of doing, we make the mistake of thinking that that every single company out there is a stream. We don't understand that network marketing is a stream. Again, because you haven't read the book. In the book, Robert Allen breaks down 10 different streams of income. He talks about real estate. He talks about investing. He talks about licensing. He talks about a lot of things, a lot of different ways to make money. But he talks about network marketing as its own stream. And what you need to understand is this is one of the books that we want you to read if you're a member of Top Networkers Group. We also tell you to go out and read Wave 4, all the Wave 3, Wave 4 books by Richard Allen Poe. We talk about this all the time. If you haven't read these books, again, you have done yourself a disservice. If you're not planning on reading these books, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're part of this debate. We're in the 5th wave of network marketing. And so if you understand your industry, you understand that where we are right now, there are so many companies coming and going, so many companies that are coming and going, that we can no longer afford to pick a company and focus on a company within the network marketing industry, because the industry itself is not a company. The industry is made up of a bunch of companies. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Does that make sense? If you're watching this right now, if you're listening to this, go to our Facebook group where you're going to be sent to watch this. Comment on the video. Tell me that this makes sense. That network marketing is an industry. Our focus here with Top Networkers Group, with our system, is to combine, to bring the network marketing industry together. That's what we're doing. That's why we have combined multiple companies into one system. So now you and I can focus on one system, one team, one MLM approach, one unified front to grow our network, to grow our team, and to make money in the industry. Okay? So we have to understand that in order to deal with doubters. And what you have to get from me here is this, folks. I've dealt with doubters my entire career in MLM, and especially when I launched Top Networkers Group in 2010. Prior to launching this concept, I was in several companies. Okay, just kind of run this down for you guys. So this is me, right? This is me, okay? And the reason I tell people this stuff is not to impress you, because this is not impressive, okay? This is not impressive. What this really is this is just sort of my resume. This is what some people don't know when they first talk to me. They don't know I've been in the industry for a long time. They don't know what I've seen. They don't know my story. They don't know what I know about network marketing. And so, yeah, they're going to doubt me. If you watched our training video on building trust, that's exactly what I go through all the time. Okay. When I was in ACN, I worked with a team. We were pretty, functional, I would say. We were led by an RVP. We had several coordinators, and these were just simply ranks within ACN, leadership ranks. We had several coordinators, and we were a young team that were growing under our RVP's mother's leg, if you will. So we were pretty much her organization. And so again, we had a few team coordinators, a few people who were trying to get to that top. And so it was a good experience for a lot of reasons. We got a chance to go to a lot of events, and this is something that if you're brand new in network marketing, I highly advise you to attend the events. The events are so powerful because you get to meet the people on your team, and you get to meet other people that are like you, that are serious like you. Again, if you make it to an event, the other people that also make it to the event are like you, right? All the obstacles that you have to overcome to get to these events, other people have to overcome obstacles to get to those events too. So these are similar people to you. So it's always a good thing to go to network marketing events or even business events, and that's a whole topic for another time. But you always want to be networking. You always want to be building your list, building your network, and getting to know people. But it's especially strong when you meet people who are in the same company as you, who are part of the same movement as you, who are trying to accomplish the same things that you are in the same place that you're at. And in this company, I met some awesome people, right? And a lot of people were making some really good money at the time, okay? And again, our organization was inside of another organization, okay? There was an RVP, if you will, who was my RVP's sponsor, and this guy had a bunch of RVPs, a bunch of people who had hit the top leadership rank. So in other words, he helped a lot of people make a lot of money. Now, when I came into this company, the average RVP was making $30,000 a month. That was documented in Success Magazine. And again, several magazines have talked about the types of income that is available in the network marketing industry. So I'm not saying anything that is not on print somewhere, right? There are people making that kind of money. And yet, again, it's not everybody, it's not a lot of people, but one of the things that I learned after being in the industry or in that one company for 5 years is things aren't always what they appear to be. There were a lot of RVPs who weren't making 30 grand a month. They were just barely an RVP. There were a lot of people who slipped out of leadership rank. So they hit the position of RVP, but then their production slipped off, customers switched back, people quit, things happen, attrition happens, and all of a sudden their organization is no longer an RVP organization, and that means their check is no longer an RVP check. And I fast forward to today, and a lot of the people I knew who actually were making 30 grand a month back then aren't making that kind of money now. So what I'm trying to get at here is you can't discount experience. Experience goes a long way. During this period here where I wasn't involved in an MLM company, I was actually involved in several affiliate programs. Several online affiliate programs, ways to make money from like paid to click programs, and several ways that you could make money. This is when I sort of got into Amazon, right? I had my own bookstore, and I would send traffic to the bookstore and try to hope that people would buy a book from my link. You guys, you see, this is sort of the stuff I started getting into. And again, you cannot discount experience. There are things I've seen and dealt with just in this time span here, that so many networkers out there in the industry, they don't have this on their resume. They can't actually tell you that they've been through these experiences. There are things that I've seen that other people just haven't seen, and so I can help certain people with stuff. But if they doubt me, if they don't believe I know these things, if they think I'm just making it up, then I'm not going to be as effective with those people. Does that make sense? Okay. And so what I want to talk about is this Kiani escape experience. This was an experience that I had with people I knew. Okay, a lot of the people that I worked with in this company were the people I worked with in this company. Basically, my upline from this company gave me a call. He told me that our upline, like the guy I just told you about who was making a bunch of money at the time, in that other company, who had a bunch of RVPs underneath him, he had just gotten involved in Kiani, a healthy juice company, awesome products. And they had a forest matrix comp plan. He was about to bring the old team together. And this gentleman, my upline, actually, during our time at ACN, went on to produce several RVPs in his organization, actually in his mother and father's organization. He went out to where he was from, brought them into the business, and they went to work. They just went crazy nuts, and I think they broke about 3 top ranked leaders in that company. And so when he calls me and tells me he's about to bring the old team on, I pretty much made a business decision to get involved. I had sort of been dibbling and dabbling in ways to make money online. I had been studying internet marketing. We had been working on several websites and capture pages, because that's also what I was doing during this period. Is I was working on learning how to build websites and doing things of this nature, to where by the time I got that phone call for Kiani, I was like, yeah, okay, I've been thinking about getting back into the industry, and a force matrix that makes sense. I can get positioned, and while I'm getting my feet wet again, while I'm building a list of people that might be interested, using some internet marketing techniques, I won't have to worry about the income because I'm thinking about the force matrix. Now, what I didn't understand is that the force matrix was about to change, and there were some slight issues from when I worked with these guys back in the day. And one of those issues was I didn't feel like we gelled as well as a team as we could have. That we didn't have a lot of the teamwork that other teams within ACN had. Our organization, as I was saying, we only had a couple of coordinators. We didn't really have a lot of our RVPs till the end, where my upline finally started to produce about 3 of them, right? About 3 top producers. So our organization wasn't like one of the top teams in ACN. We were all right, but we weren't one of the top. Okay, we weren't always operating at the top like I felt we should have been. We weren't always looking out for each other like I felt we should have been. We didn't really apply all of the training and teaching that even ACN gave us. We really weren't, in my opinion, as serious about 3-way calls and really team development, spending time with people. Like, for example, I'm not going to name any names or call anybody out, but these gentlemen almost wanted you to be at a certain rank for them to even spend time talking to your people. Like, getting them to do a 3-way call was like crazy. Like, trying to catch up to these guys. They just would not make themselves available. Wouldn't answer calls. Wouldn't return calls. That sort of thing. and then you come to find out that they're playing video games and just doing childish stuff, in my opinion, rather than helping their team. And again, even though all of these things were true, I looked at it as, look, this is an opportunity for me. I can get positioned with these guys. I can get a little spillover, and I can also, um, worry about me, grow my team. Okay, because that's my mindset. I don't sign up with a sponsor to help them make money. I sign up to make money for myself, and I look at the benefits of what may, come with working with a good team. But again, here I am at this time. I'm not really thinking about that. I'm just thinking, let me get positioned. And a few months after being in Kiani, Escape comes along. This is a free opportunity. It's been out for several years, but we back into it. A couple people who are partnered up with me. They tell me that the team is joining because it's free, and they're going to use this opportunity as a free way to help people get into Kiani. Okay, Kiani's $4.99 to join, actually $5.99 to join. And Escape was free. They had a way to show people how to make money, with a free opportunity, you guys, And so we got into Escape, and me and a partner who I worked with in ACN, we did those things. We did 3-ways. We did weekly calls. We did, a couple of things that helped grow a network of 1,000 people in 4 months. Now, 400 of those people fell into my organization. They were actually people that I brought in. And so me and this other gentleman, we had did some phenomenal things and caught the attention of some people who were just above us. They're like, wow, where are these guys from? Who are these guys and whatnot? And, we started doing even more things to help grow our team. Now, again, this is sort of who I was working with just before starting Top Networkers Group. Some things started to happen with Escape. Escape decides to sell themselves to Longevity. Okay, and when this happens, they pretty much change our compensation plan. All of what we built was now fragile. And some of the guys that we were working with, we had a leadership council. Which was a good idea. But again, the people who were involved didn't have the morals. They didn't have the respect for the network. And what happened was they joined a company, pulled people out of my downline, because again, the leadership council, truly, it wasn't even set up the right way. It wasn't set up in regards to whose sponsor is involved. They just sort of picked a couple of guys out of the team that they liked. And so again, some people from my downline ended up joining this other company, and then things started to get jumbled up, and people started cross-lining, and there was a lot of stuff wrong with what was actually going on. Okay, and so what you got to understand is that those experiences help set up Top Networkers Group. Okay, so I'm not bitter or mad or upset about those things, but I share those things because it's experience, and you cannot discount experience. And again, this education, I hope, will help everyone here deal with the doubters, because this is how you deal with the doubt that you might be experiencing yourself. Like, why did we set Top Networkers Group up the way that we set it up? Why do we set up the 1MLM system the way we set it up? Those are really important questions, right? Okay. You want to understand that, and you want to have faith and some actual belief in that. That a lot has gone into it. That it wasn't just slapped together. That it wasn't something that was dreamed up by a guy that doesn't know anything about the industry. But that being said, that is why we created the system. This is why we have all these training videos, because we want you to watch these training videos and learn network marketing. This is why we provide you with multiple streams of income, the audio, so you can listen to the book and really understand how you should be thinking as a business person beyond network marketing. Network marketing is just a way to make money, you guys. It's a springboard into other fields like real estate and other things. And again, there are some risky ways to make money in real estate that you could probably get involved in now. But there are also safer ways where if you have money to invest, if you have a stream of income coming in, now you can take money from that stream and invest it into building the next stream, which is what we recommend. That's what you should be doing. And again, this is how you will deal with the doubters, by educating yourself and building your own belief in what it is that you're doing. By building yourself up, by growing yourself, your pockets will follow. By growing your network, by growing your experiences yourself, you'll start to see that what we're doing is exactly what everyone else in network marketing needs to be doing. Here's what it comes down to, you guys. It really and truly is about the team, not the company. I'm going to sort of switch it up here for just a second and try to make another example for you that I hope will make sense. Okay, now anybody that watches or is networking with me now, and you've been on my timeline, for Facebook, or other social networks, and even some of my blogs from time to time, you'll notice I will talk about Game of Thrones. Now, this is an excellent television show which is based on a book written by a dude who has a crazy imagination. But it's an awesome book. It's an awesome story because he's hitting on life in so many areas. And I was watching it last night. They just wrapped up their 4th season, and it dawned on me that a lot of what's going on is so relevant to MLM. That MLM is a lot like Westeros. There's a lot of nonsense going on. A lot of people who are fighting over, a throne, and really and truly the bigger threat is looming. There's an undead army of creatures coming to kill everybody. Okay, pretty much. Winter is coming, right? And a lot of these guys are distracted by all of this nonsense going on in the 7 kingdoms. Like, who's the real king? And there's all this family drama and just a lot of stuff going on. Wars, betrayals, all this crazy stuff going on. And meanwhile, the bigger threat, again, like I said, is beyond what is known in the story as the Wall. All right, there's an ancient army of people who wants, to pretty much murder everyone. And so again, that's sort of part of what this story is about. But within the story are, again, there's stories within stories. And one of the running themes of Game of Thrones is about honor and loyalty. Loyalty to what they call family banners. There are lords and there are bannermen who are, other lords who have pledged loyalty to another lord. So, for example, one of the main characters starting this story out was the Stark family. And the Stark family were like the lead family in a region of this area, one of the 7 kingdoms. And so the other lords, the other well-to-do folks who are doing well in that area, they pledged their loyalty to the Starks. And so if anything should happen to any of those bannermen, the Starks had their back. And if anything should happen to the Starks, those Bannermen had the back. And that's pretty much how things went down. Something happened to one of the Starks, and a big war broke out. All the Bannermen from the Starks went to war with all the people who took out one of the Stark folks. That's sort of what's going on here. Meanwhile, what stood out to me is that's really and truly where we need to be as a team. Is we need to have some loyalty to a banner. Too many of us, again, are out here operating as lone wolves instead of growing our organizations and growing our families within families, growing our organizations within organizations, really working to be a team, really working to be a strong army. And that's what you're seeing in this story, is that the people with the strongest alliances, the ones with the strongest loyalties, they're the ones who seem to be doing well in these wars and in these battles. And you look at network marketing right now today. And as I mentioned starting out, there's a lot of folks who used to make a lot of money in the industry and they're not making as much money today. You know why? Because their leaders were too independent. They were so independent that and also their entire income was built around a company. So when all the leaders parted ways, everybody went to different companies, and there went the income. Okay, now everybody's sort of doing their own thing. There was no loyalty, no way, no method, no system in place to keep the network and the team together. You know, because that's sort of what happened to my direct upline in ACN. Not long after I left, a lot of the people above me started leaving and going to other companies. It's, you know, sort of a long story. So something to do with stock options that were promised, and then the company changed their mind for some pretty legitimate reasons, but still, some people thought they had money coming that wasn't coming, and some things went down to where they left, and again, everyone sort of went their own way. And this same problem sort of happened here when Escape closed. Our leadership, we weren't really together because this leadership council, as I'll call them, there were almost cliques within cliques. So, for example, there were 10 people on the council, but there were 3 who were actually making decisions and not really telling the rest of us, and then sort of acting like we were all part of what was going on. And when these decisions are affecting people's incomes, problems arise. And so again, you know, most of the folks in this organization, everybody sort of scattered, went their own ways, and I decided that I need to start a team where we respect the network, where we don't cross-line people's people, where we don't, you know, try to take people's income from them, but instead we create a system where we can blend several streams of income together so that we're making money in more than one place, which gives us stability in case one of those opportunities sells out, goes out of business, or anything crazy that might happen. We've prepared ourselves and our team for that. Meanwhile, again, we've mixed several opportunities together. So this way, again, we make money in several places, not just in one place. But we've done it in a way to where you don't have to jump into everything right away. You can actually focus on one thing at a time, one stream at a time, which pretty much means that you focus on the system. You promote the system. You promote the system. You promote the system. Right? This is pretty much it. If you promote the system, if you focus on the system, if you grow your team with the system, you will be growing your income. But again, you have to believe that. You have to believe that. You have to believe that the way we're doing it is better. or else you're not going to overcome the doubters. See, and I'm gonna tell you what happens, because this thing of dealing with doubters, it's not new, okay? If any of you have ever heard of a guy named Mark Yarnell, he wrote a book which again is available to you if you're part of our team. He wrote a book called Your First Year in Network Marketing. Okay, again, we have actually tracked down the PDF. We provided this book to you in the One MLM system. I'll show it to you guys in just a moment. Okay. He wrote a book, and in this book, he talks about something known as the emotional roller coaster. Now, this is something that just about all of us go on. Okay, when we first sign up for a business, we're excited. We are excited when we first get started. We start talking to everybody that we know, and we start getting no's. We start getting people who don't believe in what we believe in. We start meeting doubters. And then what happens to our excitement? And this is what happens to everybody. And we call this the emotional roller coaster, where you're up, you're excited, you're on cloud nine, you found the solution, you finally know what you want to do, and all of a sudden you meet doubters and you're not as excited as you used to be. Right? How does this happen, you guys? It's the emotional roller coaster. This going up and down, up and down. Again, what happens is now you go to a meeting, you watch a video, you talk to your upline, you get excited again. You get excited again because you realize, you know what? Yeah, that's why I signed up. You know what I'm saying? And then you run out and you go talk to some more people. And you get more dollars. And all of a sudden, again, you're not as excited. Again, right? Here we go again. Not as excited. And this is that emotional roller coaster here, you guys. Again, you want to stay on an even keel, which pretty much means this. Don't get too high on the highs or too low on the lows. When you meet a doubter, don't get low. Don't doubt because somebody else doubts. Don't get too high on the highs. Don't get so excited about this that you're going to be unrealistic and think that everyone you talk to is going to understand what you're talking about or what we're talking about. Because they might not have the education. They might not have the experience. See, and this is where I'm going to end this, because again, I do want you to have the knowledge, and that's why we created the system with so much training in it. Because we want you to know network marketing inside and out. We want you to actually understand three-way calling and the dynamic of teamwork, of edification, of how these tools work to your advantage. Because if you don't understand these topics, then, again, it's going to be easy for doubt to creep in for you, because you aren't going to understand um, that we have created the perfect system. See, the more you understand network marketing, the more our system makes sense, and the more you're willing to overlook, um, you know, whether or not. Awesome. Okay, we had some folks in here watching some videos. Shout out to Freddie and shout out to Robert Frazier. We've been plugging into the training here. The more you understand what's going on, the more this is going to make sense, the more you'll believe. Hold on one second, folks. Let me grab this phone call. All right, folks, and I'm back. Had to answer that phone call there. Look, you guys. I want you to understand all of these topics. Okay, you must go through this information. You must study this information. I'm telling you, the more you understand about network marketing, the better you're going to be. You got to understand how to pique interest like a professional. You need to understand your relationships. You need to understand this topic, affiliates versus MLMs, because they're different. And the more education you have, again, this is how you battle doubters, because you have to build your belief up through training, through education, through knowledge. And so we want you to know these things. Activity versus productivity. Again, now this is for the maxed out members. If you're not participating on the 10 or on the $50 level, you're missing out on some good training, you guys. The affiliates, all these are awesome topics that you got to understand today. The business versus emotional, this is actually coming. Okay, I already wrote a blog on it. I'm putting some things to get together to make sure that you understand this topic as well. How to build a team, so important, you guys. How big is your network? These things matter. Okay, watch the updates. Go through this training. Now, I know this is going to take a lot of time, but that's how you know who's a professional and who's not. The ones who aren't professional, they're going to spend their time on other things, and doubters are going to beat them. When they come across doubters, because they're not spending time learning and educating, they're going to doubt too. Doubters are going to beat them, and they're not going to beat the doubters. Here's what I want to show you. Show you guys. Let's go back to our home page. Now, this is a link that also, again, is unlocked for our $50 level for people who are participating in the $10 level, the free level, and the $50 level. This is our leadership training library. Okay, this is where you will find your first year network marketing by Mark Yarnell. This is where you will find some awesome books: Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, Greatest Networker in the World. These are some awesome books that you want in you. Okay, this is also where you will find, let me get to it. Might have passed it up here. Give me a second. So I know we have multiple streams of income linked up back here as well, just in case. Yeah, I did pass it up. Well, it's in here. Here it is. Multiple streams of income, Robert G. Allen. Okay, we also have a link for those of you that want to get it from Amazon. Okay, and what we're actually going to do here pretty soon is make some of these sites available to where you can market books and things that we recommend. It includes your Amazon link as well. That's sort of why Amazon is in the system. Okay, So again, tons and tons of education here, but we want you to have this education in you. It's important. Okay, so get the education in you. This way, you will build your belief up, and you will be able to deal with the doubters. You will be able to conquer the doubters. The doubters won't conquer you. Okay? And I hope this helps for all of you who are working with me to understand that I know what I'm doing. Because if you doubt me, then you're never going to be able to be a valuable asset to this team like I want you to be. Okay, I didn't build this system for myself to shine. I built this as a method, as a platform to help others shine. I want other people making money and telling folks, yeah, I learned this as part of Top Networkers Group, so that we can all continue to grow our networking and grow our team and make sure our team is educated, is trained on all the stuff I just showed you there. Okay, that we respect the network at all times, that we build our organization to make money within the industry of network marketing, that we're not thinking small-minded, we're not thinking about a company, because we're educated. We understand that network marketing is an industry. And when it comes to multiple streams of income, there are other industries that we want to get into. But for a lot of those industries, we're going to need money. We're also going to need relationships. We're going to need other people that we know who trust us, who also have money to invest in what it is that we want to do. This thing we're doing here today has lifelong implications. But you got to understand that. You got to believe that. So that when you deal with a doubter, you'll understand, wait a minute, doubter, you haven't seen what I've seen. You don't know what I know. It's okay if you doubt right now, but I'm part of Top Networkers Group. This is where you have to be. You have to resignate yourself to become part of our team. You got to go ahead and pledge your banner, your house to the team. And then you want to be about the team. Because like I said, there are so many ways to make money in the industry, and we just can't make money in them all. But if we build a team, if we build a network, we can make money in the industry, throughout the industry, which means that we'll be making money in a lot of places. And as our team grows larger and larger and larger, and we have more and more people who are on board as a network, as partners, we'll be able to take advantage of even more opportunities. So again, I want to thank you for watching. This was an important team message for Top Networkers Group regarding everything that we're doing. And I want to thank everyone who is involved right now, because I'm excited about what we have the opportunity to do together if we'll deal with the doubters in the proper manner. We have a weekly call coming up on Wednesday. I want to see you there. But I also want to hear from you during the week. I want to hear from my leaders. Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what you're watching. Let me know what types of education you're putting into your mind. That way I know who I'm working with and who I'm in business partnership with. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to lead by example. I'm going to continue to sponsor new people, because that's what I want you doing. I want you to continually sponsor new people. And I want you to lead by example for the ones you sponsored already, right? So thanks again for watching this video, this important team message. CEO and founder here, you guys. Al King, my pleasure and my privilege to be here with all of you. See you at the very, very top.